I found my fiancé's secret journal 3 days before our wedding. Now I am sitting alone in our cancelled honeymoon suite. Have you ever felt like you truly knew someone, only to discover you were living with a stranger? I met Ryan 5 years ago at my best friend's birthday party. He was charming, attentive, and seemed to understand me in ways no one else ever had. Our relationship moved quickly, turned within a year we were living together, and last Christmas he proposed under the northern lights in Iceland. It was perfect, too perfect as it turns out. 3 days before our wedding, while looking for our passports for a honeymoon to Bali, I found a leather-bound journal hidden inside a hollowed-out book on his shelf. I wouldn't normally read someone's private thoughts, but something about the way it was hidden made my stomach drop. The first entry was dated 6 years ago. Met Sarah's friend Emma tonight. Youthly acquired. As I flipped through the pages, my hands trembling, I discovered 5 years of calculated moves, every spontaneous date, every coincidental shared interest, every heartfelt conversation turn all meticulously planned. He had studied me before we even met, learning my favorite books, music, and dreams from my social media day 341. Emma mentioned wanting to visit the coast again, researched local beaches, and spontaneously suggested a weekend trip. She thinks it's fate how aligned our desires are. If only she knew. The most chilling entry came after his proposal. Cost significant, but necessary for maintaining the narrative. Mother's inheritance should cover the wedding and provide sufficient starting capital once we're married. Emma still has no idea about the debt or the plan. Her parents' investment portfolio alone will be worth the 5-year investment of my time. I sat on our bedroom floor for hours reading every word as my world collapsed. The man I thought I knew had been running a long con planning to access my family's money. My parents had built a successful business from nothing, and I stood to inherit it someday. Ryan knew this. He had always known with shaking hands. I took photos of the journal pages and sent them to my parents and maid of honor. Then I placed the journal exactly where I found it and waited. When Ryan came home, I asked innocently about our honeymoon plans, watching his practice smile and rehearsed excitement. I recognized his performance now, printing the slight head tilt he always used when listening intently, the way he touched my shoulder at precisely the right moments. Actually, I said I was thinking we should go through our finances before the wedding, full transparency, you know. His smile flickered for just a second. We can do that after we're married, babe. We've got so much to do before Saturday. I insist, I said, holding his gaze. The argument that followed was brief but intense. When he realized I wouldn't back down, his mask slipped completely. You've never worried about money before, he snapped. Why start now? Because I found your journal, I whispered. The color drained from his face. No denials, no explanations, paired just cold, hard rage. You had no right, he said finally. Neither did you, I replied, slipping his engagement ring onto the table between us. I canceled the wedding the next morning. My parents handled the guests while my friends packed up my things from our apartment. Ryan's desperate texts alternated between apologies and threats about what I owe him for wasted years. Now I am sitting alone in what would have been our honeymoon suite in Bali. My maid of honor, insisted I. Take the trip anyway to heal. The ocean is beautiful, but all I can think about is how thoroughly I was fooled by someone I thought I knew better than myself. They say when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. But what happens when they never show you who they really are at all? I don't know how to trust again after this. But at least I found his journal before saying I do part, and not a moment too soon.